Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Aden Briggs of Bath Football. How's it going there?
It's going good. How about you?
I'm doing well. We are officially through the first week.
Mhm.
How has this week gone? How did it go? And what do we have in store for this week?
It's gone decent. There's definitely been some ups and downs. The defense is looking really good. We're showing a lot of strengths. I mean, we got newer guys also, though. We have guys that haven't played some positions, are going into it. And so um we're definitely showing some of those ups and downs on defense and offense, but it's going good. Coach has been good at giving us some discipline. Discipline's our big thing this year. We're focusing on being disciplined and being smart. Um, and so he's been really preaching that this week. This first week of practice has been a lot of, being disciplined. If you're jumping, we have to, don't make the same mistakes over and over again. I guess is kind of the main thing.
Okay, so you're a junior this year.
Mm-hmm.
Were you correct me if I'm wrong? Were you on varsity
I
last?
was, yeah, I was on varsity last year.
So what was that like for you? Was that your first varsity season?
So at Bath, you're kind of always on varsity because we only got 30, 40 dudes on a team every year in a program. But my first real season, yeah, was sophomore year. Freshman year, I mean, I'd go in the last minute or two of games, but that doesn't really count. So yeah, sophomore year though was my real first season on varsity. Yeah.
Okay. So, like, what was like your best moment so far? Like, what can you really remember?
I remember against Fowler. It was our Fowler game was when you had talked to Lorenz and Keegan Hunt after our Fowler game. That was my game where I had I think like two catches for like 30-ish yards or whatever. That was and I had a couple tackles and I started to play a little bit more after that game, after about our fourth-ish game. I started to have a bigger role on the team, kind of. It was a good memory to have. That was kind of the first game where I stood out, I think. And then it's kind of gone up from there. Just the fun of it has also gone up because when you're just kind of sitting on the sideline, like it's cool. It's like, oh, I'm on varsity, but if you don't really play a lot, you're just kind of sitting there. But when I started to show and be more confident, I think that kind of helped a lot. You know, gave me a good memory of varsity.
Okay. So this week,
Mhm.
of course, you got the scrimmage
Yep.
and that other stuff. What is really just, getting ready for that first game, against Chesting coming up? Um, Scary to say, but next week.
Yeah,
Um,
it's way too soon.
so really, what is this week going to be like for you guys and stuff?
The scrimmage is going to show us a lot. It's kind of going to show us what we really do need to work on. That Chesaning, I mean, they're a good team. They're a great team. They last year, I know we got the best of them, but and you never know what's going to happen. They're going to come out firing, and we can't back down to them. And they're a great team, and we're hoping to come in. And this week is really going to show us a lot. I think the next couple 2 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, those practices are going to be building up to that scrimmage on Thursday, and then going against. I mean, Ottawa Hills, that's a really big school. Lansing Catholic, Lansing Eastern, those are all big schools, and they're all. I mean, they're going to have some players there, and so that's kind of going to show us what we need to do and what we need to work on. I think going into that next week, that first game week against Chesaning, I think it's going to kind of prepare us a little bit better.
And that was the only regular season loss for Chesaning last
Mm-hmm.
year. So, and of course, that was also the week where the big storms,
Yep.
like I said, you actually had to go back to Chesaning and finish it.
Yep. Our game got cut in half that game. That was crazy. For Thursday night, played first half. We were down touchdown or two, and then storm hit. We had to sit in the parking lot for 2 hours. Didn't get home till 11:30. Came back the next day and we played them. It was definitely an experience. It was pretty. It was fun though.
Yeah. Okay. So, um, remind everybody what position you play.
I play wide receiver on offense. I play safety and corner on defense.
So I know there's not a lot of guys at Bath. So what is it like to just You're on offense, you're on defense, there's a
Mm-hmm.
lot. I mean, I think there are very few people who never leave the field.
Mm-hmm. He's kind of already told a couple of us we're not going to be leaving the field very often. It's you're going to start on offense, you're going to go on punt, you're going to go on defense, you're going to go on kick return, you're going to go on punt return, you're going to go on. It's you're going to have to just do everything kind of, and it's tough, but it's fun though. I mean, you're an important part to the team. You know you're a key player. Um, you worry about the tiredness and exhaustion later. That's after the game. But during the game, I think having fun is the main thing, and just going out there doing what you know you can do. And yeah, as I said, I'm gonna be on, couple all 4 or 5 of those things, special teams, offense, defense, starting on those. And so it's gonna be a lot, but it'll be good though. It'll be fun.
Okay. So, so for people that may not know, where is Bath?
Bath is near Lansing. It's about 15, 20 minutes outside of Lansing. It's by Langsburg, about 10, 15 minutes by Langsburg. It's a pretty small town, got a little bit of farm in it, a little bit of everything. Only about 80, 70, 80 kids at each grade. And this year we only have 4 freshmen, I think, on the football team. It's very small classes. Um, the senior and junior grade, we both have about 10 to 12 ish players. So that's a lot. But I mean, we only have, I think, 35 guys on our football team in the whole program. So, I mean, it's not a lot, it's very small. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, what's it been like just being a part and growing up in a small town and all that stuff? I know that is a song, but yes, I just said that. But I gotta ask you, like, what is it just like?
it's I like it. I like everyone. I know that's what everyone says, but you really do grow up knowing every single person. I mean, I know every single person in my grade. I know every single person on the football team. I mean, I've played with every single person from the senior and junior class. Unless they're a little bit newer. I played with every single one of them since I was 8 years old. I've played football since I was in third grade every single year with these same exact guys until 11th, 12th grade. It's cool because you got the chemistry. I think that's the one big thing is you got chemistry with these guys. All the entire team knows each other. We've A lot of us live by each other. I mean, we got dudes that we have 10 guys that live in the same neighborhood. We have 3 guys that live 2 houses down from each other. It's cool. It also there is negatives, and you don't have as many players. You're not going to have much depth. I mean, we don't have depth really anywhere. We don't, when you only have 30-ish varsity guys, it's not a lot to work with though. That's definitely a downside of it.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get in your head a little bit, Aiden. How do you like mentally get ready for a game?
I I think I kind of try to visualize, I guess, a little bit of what I hope is going to happen. What I plan to do. I don't want to go into the game thinking about, oh, this could happen, what could go wrong. I guess I kind of more think about what could go right. And not everything does go right during games. There's always going to be stuff it's never going to go always your way. It never will be. So I think I kind of go in with the mindset of that, and I mean, stuff's going to happen. In the next play, you can't, you got to forget about it. You got to always think about the future, I guess is kind of what I'm trying to say. You can't keep your head in the past, because when you keep your head in the past, then it starts, getting more in your head, and then you start worrying about the past plays. And I think it's just big to focus on the next play. And if I drop a ball, I got to worry about the next pass to me. I can't think, oh man, I dropped the ball every single time, because it's gonna keep building up.
Yeah, then they're actually going to say that you dropped the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's an expression too.
Yeah.
Um, okay. Here's another question I'll have for you. Like, like, what's on your playlist?
I've been listening to a lot more of Frank Ocean. I don't know if you, a
Yeah.
lot more of like, yeah. I don't. I used to be kind of like the rap like guy before a game, but not as much as I used to be. I like to more listen to like that slower stuff to just get me in the mindset of like just be ready for anything, just be ready to go out there and just play some football. I don't it's not I like to listen to whatever, honestly. I just like having stuff in my ear. It doesn't really matter if it's country, doesn't really matter if it's pop, doesn't really matter too much to me. Rap, I don't really care. I just kind of like having something there to have something going on, have something I can listen to, have something I can just chill and go out and get ready for a football game, have some
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, the other earbud popped out too. So,
Yeah.
so okay, for this season, what is it going to be like as um coming into this year? Like what do you feel like you guys need to do to really kind of get going? Because obviously, I think we all know how tough your conference is.
hmm It's
Um, what do you feel like you guys have to do early on to really get to where you need to go, if you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think early on we really have to set the tone. I mean, we can't go in really slow. And I mean, we have a gauntlet those first 4 games. I mean, we go to Chesaning and we go straight to PW and then Potterville and then Fowler. I mean, and those first, 3 of those first 4 are guys, all 3 of those teams went 8-1 last year in that
Mhm.
regular season, or
Yeah.
yeah, 8-1 last year. I mean, Potterville also, they've always had a decent program. I mean, you never know what's going to come from them. And those other 3 schools are tough. They've always been very good. And I think if we go in all 4 of those games really slow, and if we come out of those 1-3, 0-4, it's not going to be a great start to the season. So I think we kind of need to set the tone and set that we're not going to back down to anyone. We're going to go in, we're going to play football. Um, and I think just keep that discipline, like I said earlier. And we need to keep that discipline, and I think that's going to help us win a lot of games.
Yeah. All right. Let's get I think we need to get to know you a little bit, Aiden. How about that?
Mm-hmm. All right.
All right. And there's only one way to do that. Let's ask you the famous 10 burning questions. Here we go.
All
Uh,
right.
okay. Do you feel like you can get more things done in the morning or at night?
See, when it gets to nighttime, I feel like I just get a little more tired. I just kind of get lazy. So I'd say the morning. I think morning. I like to wake up early and get stuff done.
Yeah. And of course, we are currently this is that's kind of funny because
Yep.
currently recording this at almost 9 p.m. on a Sunday night. So yeah, so funny how those things work.
It's all right.
Um, what is the hardest class you've ever taken?
Um, I would say, I mean, last year I took AP US history. I would say that's probably one of the more tougher classes I've taken. I enjoy history. I enjoy learning about the past. So that was one nice thing, is I wasn't bored. So that was good at least. But I would say that was definitely the toughest class I've taken.
Okay. Um, what is a food that you will never eat?
Mm, I don't like tomatoes.
That's the common thing
I
I keep hearing from people.
I will, but I just don't really like them. I don't know.
Okay, let's clarify something really quick. You don't mind that, of course, as you probably know, pizza sauce is also
Yeah,
kind
I know.
of okay. We're all good. Were we all good with that?
I'm good with it. I'm good with it.
Okay.
Ketchup, I'm good with it.
Okay.
Just I don't know, just straight up tomatoes at least. I'm okay with tomatoes and stuff. I just don't
No
like straight up tomatoes at
no
least.
BLTs for you. Um,
Nope.
okay. What is okay? What is the biggest thing people don't understand about high school football?
I think I would say that I think a lot of people go into it, and I would say some people definitely do take it a little too easy. If that, I mean, I think, yeah, I mean, even at Bath with how small it is, you have to earn your spot. I mean, it's not, you can't just go in and walk in and you're decent at football, you're going to start right away. I mean, it's you. I think one big thing is that you have to try 100% all the time. You have to work. You can't just show up, barely practice, not work out ever, just show up and think you're going to play. I think a lot of it is that you have to put in the work. I think some people don't understand that.
Okay. Okay. This next question, you can this is absolutely can be about anything.
All
So,
right.
what is the biggest thing on your bucket list right now?
Mm, I would definitely say right now, at least football wise, I've not had a varsity touchdown yet. Last year, I did not get a touchdown. I would say a big thing would be a varsity touchdown. That's one big thing that I'd really love to check off that list this season. That'd be I'd like to check off that list. I also haven't gotten an interception on varsity yet, so that'd be pretty cool. If I could check off both those in one game, that'd be pretty awesome. But I would say those two for football at least would be big thing on the bucket list: interception and touchdown.
Okay. Um, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much of a procrastinator are you?
I think it kind of depends on what it is because if we're schoolwork, probably like a good 6 ish 7. But I think if it's something I really care about and I really am into, I mean more like a 3 4. I think I really try to put that for. But when it comes to school, it might be a little higher.
Okay. Um, let's see. Okay. So you can rank your top five favorite foods, or you
Okay.
can rank your top five favorite restaurants.
Hmm. I think I think I'll have to go with food, and I couldn't tell you my number one because I think it changes all the time. I think my number one is always something different. But I would have to say right now, burgers, like hamburger, cheeseburger is definitely probably up there. I would say that might be my number one right now. I think hamburger has got to be my number one right now.
Okay.
I I really like steak. Steak is I've been really enjoying steak recently. Um, chicken fajitas I've been really enjoying a lot recently. Though those three are probably my top three right now. At least I've been having a lot of chicken and steak and um, ground beef and stuff like that. Nachos are probably up there, and then also I really like this isn't specific food, but just like candy. I really like sweets. I definitely also put that up there. Um, I work at an ice cream shop, so I think I gotta put ice cream up there too.
Okay. Um, let's see. What is the most proudest accomplishment that you've ever had?
Hmm. Make me think. Say my proudest accomplishment. Hmm. I mean, I didn't get a sing. So one thing, at least sports wise, I didn't get a single touchdown until my freshman year. My entire, playing from third to junior year now. I mean, I didn't get a single touchdown until my freshman year. So getting that first touchdown in that JV game is my first JV game. We played 8 man then because we've never had big, we didn't have a big JV team, but we played 8 man. I caught a slant, I think like a 60-yard touchdown or something. That was definitely sports was probably one of my favorite accomplishments. My first points in basketball. I remember that was definitely a really big accomplishment. Also, those two have been in my mind for a while. I really enjoy thinking about those two.
Okay. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
As of right now, I've been thinking about going into kinesiology, like sports medicine, um, at Michigan State. My brother goes to Michigan, so it'll be a little bit of a rivalry there. But I think, I think I know MSU has a pretty good kinesiology program, so I think that'd be pretty cool to go into physical therapy or something like that area. Um, I would like to stay in sports, I guess. I don't know if playing sports in college is as much of a possibility as doing like a sports medicine or sports science kind of type thing is, but I would say like kinesiology or something like that at a college.
Okay. And finally, if you could tell your younger self something, what would you tell young Aiden?
I would tell myself to work harder. I think that's one big thing I would do. Is I think I didn't really start working, in kind of everything, not just sports. I think, just in general, working harder at everything and taking stuff a little more seriously is probably what I tell myself. I think that's a big thing that I've kind of thought of recently is if I could just started doing this during COVID, or if I could start doing this when I was in fifth grade, sixth grade, stuff like that. I think taking stuff a little more serious and working a little bit harder is probably what I told myself.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, Aiden, thank you so much for the time as always, and
Thank you
best
for
of luck
having me.
this season.
Thank you.